Hello, Legal Shield family. JuJuan Buford broadcasting from the Detroit metropolitan area. I just want to briefly cover a topic that, quite frankly, doesn't probably receive enough attention or airplay, if you will. When we talk about training and making sure associates are equipped with all the right tools to continue to build their business, sharpen the saw, be able to achieve more, go further, go harder, and really get after their goals and ambitions with this incredible opportunity we have here with Legal Shield. And the topic I'm going to broach briefly deals with edification, right? So oftentimes when associates, and quite frankly, this even becomes an issue sometimes with even seasoned associates, will have challenges, right? Having prospects that are willing to take the time to look at a tool or video, that are willing to invest in attending an event or briefing, or sometimes there are challenges, right? Getting someone to commit to a three-way call. And what I would encourage you to consider is, number one, a couple things. The first being that edification is, you want to think about it almost like fertilizer to soil, right? You're planting seeds in the soil. The planting of seeds, of course, is the exposure process. And edification allows those seeds to grow stronger, faster, to become more of a harvest, if you will, right? To be more plentiful, right? And absent edification, you're kind of starving the soil, so you're starving the seeds. And what do I mean by that? So oftentimes we talk about the 8-step process, right? And I know many of you have already taken that training. We know that the mother of all learning is spaced repetition. And when we look at the 8-step process, it's kind of mechanical, right? We talk about the ideal of being in a hurry. We talk about how important it is to ask, if I would you, right? We're not begging or dragging someone to look at the information, right? We're coming from a position of posture and confidence and swag, if you will, right? We have an incredible opportunity, a company that's been around for 40 plus years, a service that quite frankly just makes sense. Its time has come. And we have a compensation plan that, as I've heard time and time again, said from other leaders in the marketplace, and I just echo it, right? That rocks, right? It's incredible when you look at the success that we're having here at Legal Shield. The fact that we're producing families that are achieving executive director, you know, they're earning grown adult income, and we know we're practicing up until you get there, right? And you have families that are earning, who've earned excess of 7 figures our company almost on a monthly basis, right? That's an incredible achievement, right? However, if you don't have that posture, if you don't go into that with that knowledge moving in, if you don't have that sense of faith and fidelity and belief in the system, it can kind of be difficult to invite individuals to actually look at the information and share it in such a way where people will be compelled to look at it, right? So that's also a part of, that's a piece of the puzzle, if you will. But I don't want to get too far off track, right? So we talk about this ideal of, once again, being in a hurry. We talk about if I would you. We share the email, we share the video, right? We know there's a degree of edification before the if I would you, right? I'm calling you up, Mr. Colston. I'm calling you up, Mr. Nelson. I'm giving you a phone call because, or Walter or Jonathan, right? To be more natural, if you will. I'm giving you a phone call because you're a sharp person. You know, I respect you in your opinion. And, you know, you have a great work ethic, and you've always had great business acumen, if you will. You've always been one of those self-motivated go-getters whom I have a lot of regard for, right? That's edification. That's an important piece, right? To actually encourage someone to actually take a look at the information. It's extremely important, right? Because at the end of the day, individuals are always tuned into that station. What's in it for me, right? WWIFM, what's in it for me? And part of that, what's in it for me, is the willingness to speak favorably of someone, so they'll let their guard down, and so they'll be more inclined to actually look at the information. Look, at the end of the day, people conduct business with folks whom they like, know, and trust. That's an important piece that we really don't address enough. And so I want to encourage individuals to know and recognize that when you are having conversations, particularly with those who are in your warm market, individuals whom you have a relationship with, right? And of course, we know the remainder of the steps, right? We set up a time that works best for them. Like how soon do you think you'll get around to looking at the information, right? you sure you'll get around to looking at it at that time? You know, okay, I'm gonna give you a call at that time. That works for you? You're sure? Okay, great, fantastic. I'm gonna give you a call then. You know, I look forward to hearing your feedback and hearing what you like best, right? And then we get off the phone. But that edification piece, if you miss out on that part, if you're not doubling down, right, investing a little bit of time in that, the consequences could be that a person will be less inclined to actually take a look at the information, right? If you're sharing a video or a DVD, for example, new launch join, or if you have Prospect by Legal Shield, it's underneath a different title, but at the end of the day, it's Mr. Brian Carruthers, 20-minute overview, right? To call someone up and say, hey, you know, I want to encourage you to look at this video. Well, that's not going to be enough, right? Individuals are inclined or invited, that is, to look at videos all the time, and they're not necessarily inclined to do so, whether it be Facebook, a multitude of different sites, Instagram, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. People are on information overload. You have to give a person a reason why. You know, so if I'm calling someone up and I'm saying, look, you know, you're sharp, you're bright, I'd like to share some information with you. It may or may not be for you, but look, you owe it to yourself to take a look. You know, the gentleman that provides this overview, I have so much respect and so much regard for him. He actually hailed from the real estate industry, was immensely successful, but, you know, we understand that in real estate, you're only as good as your last sale. And he was looking for an opportunity where he could actually jump off the hamster wheel, where he could actually be at a point where he's working because he wants to, not because he has to, right? And so he got excited about what we're doing here as a company because he saw a way to build a passive residual income that would pay him income at some point, whether he went to work or not. And this gentleman literally took his work ethic and took his philosophies of success and applied it here with our incredible opportunity here at Legal Shield. And literally within his first year, was able to earn $1 million. And we call him $1 million man because he earns $1.5 million a year approximately. So definitely you owe it to yourself to hear this gentleman's story. It's powerful, right? That's edification, right? And you got to be willing to go there, right? Speak favorably of other individuals aside from self. See, when you're sharing information with individuals who know you, who have a relationship with you, and you aren't necessarily a quote unquote success story yet, right? When you first get started, individuals know that, you know, whether you were an investment advisor, whether you were a realtor, whether you were an accountant professional, quite frankly, whether or not you were a cashier at Walmart or McDonald's, whether you were waiting tables, whether you were a plumber, whatever your occupation was before you joined Legal Shield, people know when you join them, if you already have, when you approach them, if you already have a relationship with them, they already know that you may not be successful in the company yet. So you got to take the onus off you. You have to make it about other individuals. You have to learn these success stories, right? If you're sharing the video that talks specifically the Get Paid Daily video, right? There are so many success stories chalked to that video. If you're sharing information utilizing Get Paid Daily video, right? When I send that video to someone, I'm not saying, hey, look at this video. It has some great information about our service and product and look, you know, you can earn great income. No, right? You got to share the stories. We hear it said time and time again, facts tell, stories sell. And this is where education is so important, right? Look, I'm going to share some information with you. And one of the individuals in this corporate overview, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Mike Hughes, former post office worker, got involved in our company several plus years ago and got into a dispute with his supervisor. And his supervisor, because of this petty dispute, decided to cut his hours and make things difficult for him where he may not have been able to really provide for his family and keep a roof over his head. And he joined our company, and thanks to the incredible leadership and the system we have in place, he was able to plug in. And over the course of several months, was able to generate more income with our company than he did as a post office worker. And today, and I give him all the credit in the world, I have so much respect for him, right? Because it's not like he necessarily had the academic acumen or business acumen you would expect from someone who's achieved this kind of success. And he didn't wait around his laurels, right? He didn't sit around and wait for someone to give him a handout and hope and pray alone that things would work out for him. He grabbed the bull by the horns, got involved in our company, and today he earns in excess of $500,000 a year. This is an incredible success story. Look, I tell you, you owe it to yourself if you're really looking to make a change. To hear this gentleman's story and this Get Paid Daily video, this overview I'm getting ready to send to you gives just a phenomenal overview of how this company has changed the lives of so many others. See what I'm saying? It's the edification, right? If you're inviting individuals to a briefing or even a training, even if it's associates, right? The edification always has to be there, right? So no one wants to attend a meeting. No one wants to attend a conference. No one wants to attend another appointment, right? So if you're saying, hey, come out Tuesday at 6 p.m., there's this meeting that's taking place where you can learn about our company and our service and learn about the fantastic income being earned, right? We've paid out over $1 billion over the last 10 years, have over 200 families earned X $1 million. Look, for a common, I shouldn't say that, right? Let me rephrase that. The average Joe, look, that doesn't elicit an emotional response, right? So if you're inviting individuals, or even business owners, other entrepreneurs and professionals, we're meeting up, right? At the end of the day, we're tired of meetings. No one wants to go to another meeting or an appointment, right? So if you're inviting individuals to the briefing, or if you're inviting individuals to a training, this is what it really needs to sound like, right? Look, Sarah, you and I have known each other quite some time. You're a sharp person, you got a great work ethic. I have so much regard and respect for you, right? That's where this edification comes into play, right? Speaking well of other individuals. And I know it may be uncomfortable initially if you're not accustomed to this, because it just typically doesn't transpire at the workplace, or particularly if you're working in corporate America, right? But this is a skill you have to develop, right? So Sarah, look, you've got a great work ethic. You're sharp. I have so much regard for you, and I really would appreciate your opinion. Look, there's a networking event, a gathering, if you will, a workshop for an app launch associated with our company. And look, some of the individuals in the room, they're having $500 days. Some are having $5,000 days, but they're really down to earth. They've earned a lot of income, having tremendous success. Many of them, so many different academic and professional backgrounds. I mean, one of the individuals worked at Potbelly, part-time, spare time, and was kind of looking for another opportunity to really get settled, right? To get his footing in life. And he joined our company, and in less than a 2-week period of time, less than 5 hours invested, was able to earn well in excess of $1,500, just doing some really simple things. I mean, you have individuals like that in the room who are just really fun to be around, tremendous success stories. Look, if I were to extend the invitation to you, would you come? Right? There's another individual that I can think of right now, actually owned a jewelry store previously, and was retired, and things didn't go his way, right? For a lot of people, things didn't go their way over the last 9 years, particularly the economy here in the Michigan market. But, he didn't give up on his laurels. He didn't just ride off to the sunset and just rely on Social Security. He said, there's still more life to live. And he grabbed the bull by the horns, joined our company, and it's just been a tremendous success story, helping lead the national expansion of our company. He's made a lot of money, really down to earth. Look, I'd love to introduce you to this gentleman, Mr. Nelson, right? You get the point. Like, you have to look, the briefing is not an event, it's the people. You have to edify the people, right? People are coming to the briefing to be introduced to individuals who are having success, who are having fun, who are excelling despite challenging times, or even during good times, right? People want to be around other individuals who are moving and who are progressive and go in the right direction. We know intrinsically, right? If you hang around 6 cursing cousins, you may become the 7th. If you're hanging around individuals who are moving in the right direction, you become one of those individuals who move in the right direction. So that's why the edification piece is so absolutely important, even with the trainings, right? You may have attended a training several times, 10 times, 100 times, 200 times. But the bottom line is the new associates who you are inviting into the organization, they haven't been to those trainings, right? They haven't been to the briefing. They haven't been to a fast start training. So despite the fact that you may have had multiple introductions and multiple exposures, they haven't, right? So when you're inviting them out, you say, look, this is an opportunity for you to hang around the top leaders, right? The individuals who are the tip of the saw. Those individuals who are leading the national expansion, having tremendous success, right? And we know in business that it's better, right, sometimes to be obedient and learn from individuals whose stack is bigger than yours, who've had tremendous success, as opposed to figure out yourself. That makes sense, right? And look, these individuals are earning a tremendous amount of income. They've helped so many people, really so down to earth. I have so much regard and respect. You owe it to yourself to be there, right? 2 hours out of a period of 24 hours a day, out of a period over 10,000 minutes over the course of a week, you can spend 120 minutes and cut your learning curve in half and be at a point where your business can help you be at a point where you are producing grown and adult income with Legal Shield sooner rather than later. You owe it to yourself to be there, right? Once again, you're not inviting them per se to a training, you're inviting them to an experience. This is that edification piece, right? So whether it be a DVD, whether it be a video, whether it be an event, a briefing, a Super Saturday, right? A large event. We know the bigger the event, the bigger the decision, right? Even, look, when we're talking about three-way calls, look, if you're inviting individuals to participate in a three-way call, it's not enough to say, well, look, this is a person I want to introduce you to answer your questions. Do you have them? Or is it okay if I introduce you? No. Look, this is your business. A three-way call is part of your, it's part of your modus operandus. It is part of it's what you do, right? It's part of your business model, right? It's like you wouldn't prepare a cake without the yeast. The cake wouldn't grow correctly. You know, it wouldn't cook correctly. You wouldn't provide a cake without the icing. You know, it just might not have the same experience, right? Well, the three-way call is part of that deal. It's part of that experience in your business, but you have to prepare a person for a three-way call, right? If you want it to be effective. So if I'm inviting you, or if I'm inviting a guest, or if I'm inviting someone to be on the phone with a Miss Robinson, right? I may say, look, let me do you a favor, right? You ask the person, what did you like best? And they tell you, well, I like the income, the opportunity to earn some additional money. Great. The membership makes sense. I have questions, though. You know, identity theft, that's a concern. With Transpire, with Equifax, that is on top of my mind. And I do have some questions about that. You say, great, look, let me do you a favor. Let me introduce you to someone who has been a phenomenal mentor and just business leader. And I have so much regard and respect for them. They keep a really hectic schedule. They're really busy. But I'll tell you, they've earned significant income. They've helped a lot of people, really down to earth. They know 100% of the information. I want to make sure you get all your questions answered because you're a sharp person, right? Like, I know you're not going to make a decision based on a telephone call from me or a video alone, right? So let me do you a favor. I want to make sure you get all your questions answered, right? It's the setup. So when you put them on the phone, when that three-way expert has had an opportunity to be edified, when you've edified that person and you put that person on the phone, give them the opportunity to have the exchange, now the person holds them in a greater degree of respect and regard. Hey, it just happens, right? So they have a greater degree of respect and regard. And so when the individual shares their story and shares information to answer their question, it has so much more impact, right? Even when you're bringing on board a brand new associate. So you're having difficulty getting that brand new associate to plug into the system, perhaps to really take the time to define their why, to create a list, to schedule a private business reception or a PBR, to plug into a Facebook or GroupMe site, right? Whatever tool or whatever medium you're utilizing to create culture and to create interaction, right? Within and build relationships and organizations, whatever the case may be, right? An event after the event, right? A three-way call can be absolutely powerful. And the way you do that, it's the same way. It's edification, right? At the end of the day, majority of the time, majority of the time, the individuals who win in legal show are not necessarily the best speakers. They're not necessarily the most eloquent presenters. It's the individuals who are willing to edify other individuals, other tools, other avenues in which to educate and acclimate a prospect or even an associate to the system who wins. So if you're conducting a first step training and you're meeting a little bit of resistance, sometimes say, look, let me do you a favor because I want to make sure you get off to a correct start. And there's another individual who's had tremendous success, been a phenomenal mentor to me, just leading natural expansion of the company. He's had tremendous success, earned a lot of income, really down to earth. They've poured so much into me and so many other individuals. And look, I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce you to them. I need to give you every opportunity to have success, just like I had. And so I want to introduce you to a Miss Stephanie Kreider. I want to make sure you have an opportunity to hear her story and learn exactly how to get the business started right? And when you do that, Ms. Kreider is going to know exactly what to share. They're going to know what perspective, right? They've been through the first step process. So they're going to reiterate. They're going to edify. They're going to reify the first step process. And so after you've conducted that three-way and they've said, look, you need to build your list. You need to define your why. You need to have the PBR, PC. You need to trust, right? You need to make sure you're plugged into the system. You make sure you're aware of the briefing and the trainings and the fact that we invest in personal development, not just in word, but in deed, right? There's an actual investment here. This is what we're about, right? So when you turn around and reiterate these things, it's been reinforced. And so there's less pushback. There's less likelihood that a person is going to be disinclined to follow the system, right? But absent edification, this never happens. So hopefully this quick, brief overview about the importance of edification serves you well. And we just can't say it enough, right? If you're having difficulty having individuals plug in, take advantage of the tools, take advantage of the strategies and tactics that have worked time and time again throughout Legal Shield. This piece is just invaluable to you. And look, here's the thing. You know, the beautiful thing about our business, you don't have to fake it till you make it. I've heard that. I don't believe in that. You can faith it till you make it, right? When you have a system that has been so effective over all these years, when you have so many individuals who plugged into this proven system and had success, you don't need to fake anything, right? You can have faith and know the system is effective, it works, it is transforming people's lives, and all you can be willing to just follow sugar crumbs, right? And this edification piece is a huge part of it, right? Don't strangle your own business, right? Don't be the bottleneck of your business, right? Moves with speed and urgency. If you're brand new, or even if you're reintroducing yourself to the system, rely upon those individuals who have the enthusiasm, who have the confidence, who have the swagger, who are having success, right, to play their part and serve you. And edification allows those individuals to really serve you in a way where you can build your business faster, stronger, build the proper culture and habits that will take you to the next level and beyond. So with that being said, goodbye for now. Everybody have a fantastic evening, right? Well, it's evening where I'm at right now. So goodbye for now. Have a fantastic, hopefully it served you well.